Hello YouTube, and welcome to my first ever tutorial I've ever made. Now, I know since this is my first tutorial and the first time really recording my screen, please bear in mind the bad quality in the microphone and my sucky skills in actually commenting over this video. But obviously, if you have any suggestions about me making this tutorial or any improvements I should make, feel free to write them down in the comment section below. As you've probably seen the title above, today's video is all about teaching you guys the basics of modeling a gun or any type of model using the Blender program. In today's video, especially, I'll be teaching you guys how to model a gun model. And obviously I will be making a lot of series separating them. The first series is this one right here, where I'll be showing you guys how to model a gun textured, and then how to model a hand model, texture that, and then combine the hand model and the gun together, animate, and then animate it, making a reload animation and a sprinting animation. Second series, I'll basically be doing anything you guys want. So I'll be doing a character, how to teach you guys how to model a character, then how to animate it, like him running or anything like that. And then obviously in the future I'll probably teach you guys whatever you guys want. If you want me, I can teach you how to make a house, I can teach you guys how to model a building, a level, a map, characters, anything you guys want I will be teaching you. Okay, so getting to the topic of the video, the first step you will need in order to make a model, you will need to have a reference picture. And since whoever's watching this video is probably a beginner in modeling, you will need something as a reference to guide you through in modeling. And over time of practicing, you will become more of an expert, and you won't need a reference picture. But for now, we will use a reference. I chose the gun Scar, so we're gonna go ahead and pick that gun. So Scar H, and obviously write 2D picture. You could use a 3D, but for beginners, trust me, you will need this. So let's go ahead and choose picture. Now let's find the best quality picture we can find to model our gun. Okay, images, of course. And here we have not exactly what we needed. We need more something like this. This could be perfect. Let's see if we can find something with colors. But no, that's actually good. So you will want to save this somewhere in your hard drive of your PC. So save image as, I'm gonna save it as in my desktop. So here we have, I'm gonna just call it Scar, and that's it. Hello, so we're back into Blender, and as soon as you open Blender, you will have something similar to this. You'll start off with this cube here in the middle, and all these options here on the side, and all of these, which in the future we will get to them. For now, since I will be teaching you the basics, I will need to teach you how to move around, look around, and move around objects, scale them, rotate them, and everything you need to know in Blender. Well, for now, the basics. So the first thing you will obviously need to know is if you press the middle button between your two right and left right click buttons on the mouse, that thing that orbits around, obviously if you orbit it up, you're going to zoom in. If you orbit it down, it zooms out. Now to move around, you just have to simply click, hold, and move your mouse, and as you see in my screen, you move around and you look around, and then you can zoom. And then if you hold shift, left shift, and you click the middle mouse button that orbits around, you actually move around. And yeah, you can look around and all these options. Now to move the objects, if you want to move this square or any object, you have to obviously select it. As you see right now, I have it selected. So if you have this selected, then if you press G on your keyboard, that means you're going to be able to move it around in the 3D world. So as you see, I'm moving it around. I can move it anywhere I want. Now to scale it, you simply have to press S, and you will scale it bigger, smaller, and then to rotate it, you just press R on your keyboard, and it'll rotate it. Obviously, you can rotate it a bit based on the 3-axis. So if you rotate on the X-axis, the Y-axis, and to that, you just press R and then the axis, so Y. Now I'm using the Y-axis, and then rotate R, and then Z. And yeah, you can basically rotate like that. Same with scaling. If you want to scale on the X-axis, press S, and then X for the X-axis. See? And yes. So we won't be needing this. Oh, sorry about the cell phone. But we won't be needing this cube. So we're going to simply delete it. And to do that, you will press X on your keyboard. Obviously, having selected the object you want to delete, you press X on your keyboard, and the option delete will appear. So you press to delete, and the scene is gone. Now, if you remember just a second ago, we saved an image to our desktop as a reference picture to model our 3D gun. To display that image in our 3D world, you simply press N to bring up this menu that gives you more options, and you simply click on background image. Then you click this little arrow that brings more options, and you simply click on add image. Then open. Locate where you have your image, and here we have Scar H. Here is that previous video where I give away models, so you can download free models from me. And yeah, getting back to the video, you simply open the image, and you're probably gonna go like, oh, it's not here. Well, you have to go into here, cameras 5, and here we go. Now we're on this side, so you just go to view 5. Sometimes it puts it on 3. Depends what camera, depends how you download it. And here we have the image, so you can start modeling here. You're probably wondering why this is dark, why it's dark. It's basically you can adjust the brightness of this image here on your options pressing N. So if you press here, it becomes brighter, darker, and brighter. Then size if you want it a bit bigger. So we're okay with any size. You can scale the model bigger and smaller in the future. So yeah, we're gonna start off modeling now. So if you want, you can remove this little panel screen by clicking N again and to put it back up again. So as you see here, and if you want to remove this side, simply press T on your keyboard, T, and that removes everything. So now I've got this plain view. Obviously, if you orbit around, the image disappears, but the words you can always go back. There we go. So to create our first object, or if you want to create any object, just simply press Shift and then A on your keyboard and add. This screen will appear where you can literally add anything you want. So we want to add a mesh and a cube. So we're going to start off modeling a cube. So from this side, here we have the cube. See, it's pretty big, so we want to scale it down. So here we scaled it, and we want to make it fit the image. We want to zoom in a little bit more to this area. Since you can literally start modeling any way you want. You can start from here, you can start from here, here, here. It doesn't matter. I don't know. So for most of my guns, I usually start from the grip. So yeah, because I think the size is good enough, and then you want to rotate it to fit the grip. So yeah, this is good enough. Probably a little bit more. You want to scale it down. We're going to scale it down more. And here we go. Scaling it more on the Y-axis. A little bit more on the X-axis. Okay, there we go. So now we basically fit this. Okay, so now that we're done with this, now we'll go to the next step, which we're gonna go and edit this cube to make it fit each of these, make it fit in this shape. So we're gonna have to orbit around, and as you see here, we have the cube. You will want to press tab. When you press tabs, you can access the faces, the edges, and the sides of the cubes or any shape. If you see down here, we still have selected the cube edges. Sorry. If you press here, we select lines, and then if you press here, you select only the faces. If you hold Shift, you can select various faces. But for now, we will only have to select one face. So if we go back to our camera, here we go. Sorry about that. We will actually select the side of this, which we can't see here, so we have to orbit around. So we select that side, we go back to the camera, and if you press G on your keyboard, you only move the side, as you see right here. So we're gonna move it back here to make it fit here. There we go. So now if you orbit again, and this time we want to select this side so we can move it down. So if we select this side and we go back to our camera, you move all the way down. So we're happy with that. Then we want to select the face, this face, to bring it completely down. And to do that, if you press E, you make a new cube inside that cube, from that cube, as you see. So that's what we're going to do, just that I press Control Z to go back so I can show you better on this screen. So if we press E again, E, we make a new cube and we bring it all the way down to here. Here is fine. And from here, we select the line. We select that line, we go back to this cube, and we move it all the way to make it fit here. Here is fine. Now, as you're probably wondering, yeah, this is actually turning out pretty simple. This is not hard at all. Yeah, it's actually, modeling is not hard at all, to be honest. More after a while, it does take practice and it does take time, but nothing more than that. So you're probably wondering how to do this. You can create another cube, but they say that the best modelers create their model using one cube, or as least cube as they can from. Okay, just ignore what I said about there. Just basically select this side of the face, and if you click Control R, as you see right here, it's going to create a new line in this line. It says here right here. So we're going to select right in the middle of here. There we go. So if we select lines and we head over to this line a little bit, select this. We go back to third camera. We move this a little bit in order to not make it look that pointy and more smooth. You see, not that much, but just a little bit. And we're going to do the same with this side. So select this. We go back to the third camera, and if you move it around here, now that is still pointy, very, very pointy-ish. Now this is depends on your game. If you care about details, then you would want to add another line over here. You won't create another line over here. Select this and go back to the third and make like this, and then create another one here, and it'll make it more smoother. But what does this make? This causes making the model more high-poly. High-poly means more faces, more lines, which makes the game, whatever game you're trying to make, more laggier. Obviously, if you're making this just to make a video, yeah, make as many high-polys as you can. If you're just going to make an animation, just to make a film. I really don't care about the high code. Obviously, I do. For our game, me and Z, that we develop, we try to make the models as best detailed as not that many high polys. As you see here, I added a lot of high polys just for this area. just for this part. Which could be, depends on the game you're trying to make. If you're trying to make an iPhone game, then don't do that. Just make them out of cubes and try to make the model less high poly as possible. But yeah, it's fine for now. So as you probably see later, if you press tab again, you go back into selecting the whole cube, and then if you press tab again, you go into more in depth of the cube, so you can select faces and lines and edges. Okay, so back to the modeling. We want to create the next part, which is this face, and bring it more up, and this part up a little bit. So if you press Z, well, after you press D, so let me show you that again. If you press E, it's straight up. Obviously you can't move it left or right as I'm trying to do. You can only move it up and down. But if you press Z, you can move it just a little bit. So if we place it right here, this is fine. And then we want to scale this a little bit down. And yep, just like this, looks pretty fine. Another top thing I want to teach you guys is if you press Z on your keyboard, you can see the inside. So it's going to go into wireframe. Your model's going to go into wireframe, and to get out of wireframe, you press Z again. That's useful if you want to see the lines at the bottom. You see, right, like for this one, you couldn't see it. But we're going to do this with textures to save some polys. So, as before, like I taught you, we're going to create, to model this part, we're going to do the same as we did here. So we're going to make a new line and probably place it here. And select the line and select this line. G to move. You can press E, but E is going to simply create a new line, which is not for us. So we're going to press G to move it. Those you see this problem is moving all of this. In order to fix this, you will have to basically use your experience in modeling or your knowledge, create another line over here. So basically just going to move this. This line, we're going to have to move it just a little bit down here. There we go. This one just a little bit down here. That didn't affect the model, not that much, so we're good to go. So we select this model, and we move down here. There we go. Yeah, that's how we do it. Or it just looks weird. I don't know. It's me. Whatever. It's fine. Okay, sorry about that. I have no idea. No, sorry about that. Okay, so if we go back, there we go. Obviously, if you can make it a bit more high poly and add 2 more lines here. Oops, sorry. 2 more lines over here. Another one over here. And select this one. And go just a little bit up. Select this one right here. And yeah, something like that. So that this doesn't look that bad. And yeah, we can start off modeling the next part. Let me just edit this little part here. Move it up. There you go. Select the face, select that face. And there's not much to talk over here now. Since, yeah, because it's basically we're repeating everything we're doing. So I'm just rotating this a little bit, and then moving this again. Just to make it fit. There we go. Select this one. Obviously create a new. Right here, select that one. And we'll head over here. There we go. So now, I press Z. We're off to go now. Good. before we move any longer into the gun, we're gonna save this gun model for now. I'm gonna save it in my desktop. And I'm gonna call this Scar H. And yeah, save as Blender, and we can continue. I'm gonna leave the grip for the end. For now, we're gonna continue modeling the whole part of the gun, starting from up here all the way down here. So let's all go down here. So we're gonna select the face, select that part. Obviously, those small details like these little parts, which I don't know how to call them, those go at the end, just like this one right here, this circle, this little grip. That will go at the end. So here we're gonna press E, and we're gonna move this up completely to the top. Here, this line. And as you see here, we have the gut. We're actually doing a lot of progress. So let's select this face and move this side all the way down to here. Now as you see, we have this part. So what we're gonna do is, if you think about it, we're gonna place a line right here. And we're gonna go into here and go back to the camera, move this up just slightly like that. There we go. Let's create another line right here just to edit that part more. Select it, and there we go. Looks better now. So as you see, the gun is actually looking way better than before, and yeah, it's not looking that bad. So like the same, we select the face, select this part, go into camera mode, press E to bring this up to here. Select the line over here. I wish I could tell if you guys are actually getting bored of hearing my voice. I don't know if I should shut up or if I should continue talking. That's why I need you guys to literally teach me how to comment. But yeah, so we continue. Okay, we go back to face, select this part of the face. And E again. Let's move, press Z again to move. Let's move this up a bit here. And then select this part of the face. Let's move it down. Obviously we can edit this later. So we go over here, press E again, Z, and rotate this just a little. Okay, that was not a good idea. Here, rotate this, Z, and I just want to basically move it up here. Okay, I hope that doesn't look weird. I'm going to move this. There we go. And going back into the camera, I forgot to select this area. Let's move this right here. So to edit more of these parts right here, let's select here. Obviously you can spend hours and high polys, a lot of high polys editing these, but the best modelers usually have the best low poly models with a lot of detail. So we enter out, and yeah, it looks pretty smooth, not bad. See, with more detail later and textures on it, this does look better, but yeah. So I'll select this part of the face, I mean. E again. So this time we're going to scale it down. space. And move it down completely to the bottom here. Okay, not bad. I was thinking of making like this part.